Hello everyone. Um so before I go to bed, I'm gonna do this video. Um so you know one thing that helps me feel better is to be able to express my emotions without being condemned for it. And the idea of people being emotionally supportive of me helps me feel better. You know, I guess ever since I was 12 years old. Um, so, um, it's like, I really, like, so many people feel like, that I'm childish and immature and need to grow up, that I act like a little child. But everybody who tells me that is a narcissistic abuser just trying to put me down, you know. And me, I mean, I have to sit here and accept abuse from people younger than me, you know. I don't know anybody else, targeted individual, disabled or not. I don't know anybody else who gets abused by people younger than them or like so many people out in society, they act like they think they have more sense than me or more wisdom than me, you know, and like everything I do or say is just a foolish decision or something irresponsible. It's like I get disapproval of my for my every move, you know, by everybody, you know, and I'm. It's like it's really no help when people try to be like, well, the more you respond to these perps, then that's the more they're gonna aggravate you, and they have that right. You know, you're defending them, or you try to be like the more you keep responding to them, the more you you know. There were times when I didn't know I was being gang stalked, but I mean back then, but I was perked heavily and what wasn't I mean didn't have an outlet to report my experiences, you know. Um so that's trash to making like the more I make videos or the more I tweet or the more I worry that then that's the more they're gonna harass me. Because before I even had the YouTube channel, I had this stuff going on, you know, heavily. And so, you know, the same people who tell me I need to grow up and act my age, first of all, don't blame me. You don't know what my history of what I've been through. And the first thing you do is be insensitive and shut me down and say I should shut the hell up because people went through a whole lot worse. If y'all feel like people been through a whole lot worse and still act mature for their age, not every 36-year-old, not every 36-year-old is mature for their age, you know, but you don't go around telling them how to act or telling them about being childish. And so many people talking about don't worry about what other people think or forget about what others think. But, you know, it's like there are people who are destroyed behind other people's opinions every day. You know, even if it's somebody with an erroneous opinion, you know. But I mean, y'all say it in a way that condemns me and like you're sick and tired of me and frustrated with me, telling me ignore them or don't worry about what they think. Like as if I'm doing something wrong. I'm not intentionally worrying on purpose, but it's like me. Maybe I need to speed up the time to get my story out. I guess my autobiography. But then y'all will talk about the lawsuits and the people's right to sue and stuff. But if I freaking get my life story out, then I don't even know if that will make people have a better understanding of my upbringing and what I've been through. And people talk, they think it's easy, so easy to say just let go of the past. But if my gang stalking and abuse can disappear, then it will be easier to let go of the past. But as long as I'm having this happening to me, then my past will always be my doggone present. And I mean, just because the foster mom is not currently in my life anymore, people think, oh, you should forget about her and put her in the past. But she's the one who, you know, it could have been somebody else, but I highly suspect that it was her that put me in the gang stalking program, more like for revenge. And I'm the only one out of my biological family that's being gang stalked, that I know of. Because I don't even know if it's a possibility that the biological mom, Frances, was gang stalked. But at the same time, I question that. If some people try to say you can't be a perp and a target at the same time, some people say you can, some people say you can't. But my own biological mom was perping me too. The woman who gave birth to me. And she was involved in voodoo and witchcraft. And so was the foster mom involved in the witchcraft and the occult and stuff. So it's like, it really makes me feel bad that everybody act like they think they have more wisdom than me, or like they think they have more wisdom and maturity than me. But the narcissistic abuse from the foster mom and my environment that I grew up in, and me being hypersensitive to everything, it's like that shaped who I am today, and I don't know how to be different. I don't know how to change. Because it's like the more I try to not worry, that's the more everything eats me up, and then I feel like I'm forced to bottle in my feelings, and then I end up having outbursts like smashing an object or breaking my phone or something, or end up doing something extreme. So it's like I don't know, I just wish people understood me better rather than judge me and condemn me and get frustrated with me. And it's like people making it like as if I don't have anything fruitful, yeah, the word fruitful, or I don't have anything constructive or productive to put to the table on my YouTube channel. And people try to be like, well, that's the reason why your channel is not growing, but some people lived a normal childhood and then ended up being gang stalked later. But my life has never been normal. And I'm stuck in this prison against my will, that I was born into punishment, born into prison pretty much. I don't know of any other 36-year-old who doesn't have the right to have a car, a job, be told all your life that you have no business driving, you don't have the mentality or the sense to drive, and everybody wants to play God with trying to prevent me from driving or having a car. And I'm frustrated with people telling me what I should think, or tell me what I should focus on, or what I should worry about. And they say it like they're frustrated with me and blaming and attacking me. And then, just we should listen to each other's cries, no matter how big or small, as targeted individuals, because something may be petty to you, but a certain stimuli, I guess, in my brain, it wouldn't be that petty to me, so it's like so many people calling me childish and immature. And that, how come that's not considered calling people names? And I've read about how it's considered narcissistic abuse to yell at somebody and tell them grow up, or tell somebody act your age, but you yell at me and tell me grow up and act my age, but then you take away all my freedoms, and you tell me I need to act like a responsible, mature adult, but then you take away my avenues and freedom to to be responsible and an adult, and people lying around to wait for you to fall on your face, fuck up, or make a big mistake, just so they can kick you down even harder, you know. So, I don't know why people make it like as if for me to be emotionally sensitive is like such a big crime. I can't help being this way at all, you know. And then people making like as if me being like frustrated at the abuse that I'm suffering, that for me to be frustrated that I deserve more abuse, you know, saying you keep reacting or you keep posting more video. You don't do that to other targeted individuals, but it's like people, they say, it's like people say that I need to grow up and act my age, but at the same time, when I try to do things that people my age are legally allowed to do, they try to block me from that. Like, I don't know. I tweeted on Twitter about it and then posted a picture on Instagram. Excuse me, the screenshot of what I was trying to say, and it's like, like I said in the other video about me being, as an adult, not knowing how to act or be different from what I am. Now it's like I'm receiving more abuse from and more attacks from society as a result of my upbringing. You know that like back in 2007, I said, well, if I've been overly sheltered all my life, and also like I was in my early 20s, still being treated like a punished child by the foster mom. I didn't have to be treated like a child and be under her control, but everybody in society helped. They helped her, with her control and abuse. If I was in my 20s and we went through Hurricane Katrina, and everybody directed me to go live back with the foster mom and say, go live with your mama, referring to the foster mom, not the biological mom. And I was trying to finish up my degree, and they put me through hell. I mean, like as I said before, the foster sister Joni was 19 years old, and the foster mom was still whipping her with belts. So I mean, I wish people would be more compassionate and understanding towards not just me, but other people who have been suffering or still are suffering and being tormented. And I hate how people hide behind the Bible or use the Bible to justify being cold-hearted, judgmental, cruel, and abusive when that's not your place to do that. I don't know. I'm just shocked at the way this world is, and I really can't handle the coldness and cruelty of this world. I really can't handle it. I really can't. and I sometimes I get nervous, and I may say certain things in circles, feeling nervous. So I'm sorry about that. And my mind is not clear, and y'all judge and condemn me about my poor processing and thinking when I was forced to see a psychiatrist and take medicine from a young age. And I was forced to take medicine from a young age, plus all those vaccines. plus the mercury fillings in my mouth, like I mentioned in the other video. So, you know, I'm independent, and it was very insulting and degrading that I had just got my college degree, and I was living with the foster sister Shelly, and she literally asked me if I know how to make Easy Mac in the microwave, literally. So if me growing up and having a college degree, I don't know of anybody else who gets treated this way. It's like as if society is trying to force me to be more mentally disabled when I'm more capable. They're trying to block me from being independent and trying to force me to be, they're trying to block me from being independent and doing things on my own. And I don't know why they feel so hell-bent on wanting control. And then just more abuse on more abuse on top of more abuse. And it's like, how can you tell me stay in the word of the Bible or tell me stay in the word of God when you're being abusive to me? Or you tell me to fast and pray while you're ganging up on me and bullying me. The same people who are perps telling me I'm childish and need to grow up, but they're hypocritical and need to take their own advice. I mean, if you're telling me I need to grow up and I'm childish, but to me it's childish to you, the very same person who called me childish and tell me I need to grow up and act my age and act mature. You're the same one who do immature stuff like keep repeatedly subscribing and unsubscribing all day throughout the day. That's childish. For you to constantly thumb down each and every video. That's childish. To me, that's childish. Not to me, that's the truth, that's childish. You condemn me, telling me I shouldn't call anybody names, but I get called crazy and fat and greedy, and you're gonna say, but that's not name calling, that's the truth. Trying to justify your hypocrisy. I mean, it's like all these people telling me ignore the perps or don't worry about what they say, but at the same time y'all expressing y'all grievances and y'all feelings about what they're saying about y'all. Like through y'all V2K, y'all express what the perps are saying, and everybody's there to support y'all or come to y'all support. But when it comes to me, I mean, I'm glad I'm not experiencing that, But the stuff that physical humans tell me to constantly putting me down and kicking me down even harder and try to make it like as if, y'all conspire part of the conspiracy to make me destroyed and then condemn me for being destroyed. It's like people who, they take away all my freedom and independence, and you take away my happiness. You take away my happiness and then condemn me, saying, you know what, you're miserable. Or you take away my opportunity to act like an adult and force me to stay in a child's predicament and then condemn me and call me childish. But to bully somebody is childish. I never bully anybody. I don't perp anybody. So, I don't know why my mind is kind of glitchy right now. I wouldn't say glitchy, but it's like blank from what I was really trying to say. And it's like, I don't know why, people making like as if I'm so just low functioning when I'm actually made to be low functioning, manufactured to be low functioning. That's not, by no fault of my own, and then I get condemned for it. Humanity is flawed. Humanity is corrupt. Humanity is so cruel. And then humanity causes human suffering. And then everybody wants to turn around and blame God, saying it's God's fault for all the suffering in the world, when Jesus he didn't try, he did, came to, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it that way. He came to, try to free us, but it seemed like Satan and people would rather go the way of Satan and think it's cool. So if you a devil worshiper, if you practicing occult rituals, you don't have a right to bully, harass, and lecture me about bad behavior. If you're a promiscuous slut sleeping around, you don't have a right to call me greedy for overeating. you know, or so it's like, I mean, I hear about the infantilization of people with disabilities, being deprived of their rights and independence and freedom, and being forced to be treated like a baby. If I'm that damn disabled, why am I not in the uh, in some special kind of I don't know, but it's like it's like I'm naturally more capable and able than the perps. Was like the foster mom wanted to keep me ignorant, keep me not knowing anything, and then condemn me for being ignorant and not knowing anything. And she never really taught us anything. She just, wait till we make a mistake, and that's seeing them as a mistake in her eyes or something wrong in her eyes, and then she would condemn us for it. So it's like the same people who telling me to grow up and telling me I need to act like a mature adult. Those are the same people who are treating me like a punished child, and they think they have the power and authority and the right to take away my freedom and rights, to do harmless stuff that makes me happy. If a perp is trespassing on private property, and then you say you're targeted, but then you sit there and say, oh, well, they're not bothering you. They have a right to park where they want. But if a perp has a right to park where they want, well, damn it, I have a right to sleep where I want. If I want to sleep, if I want to sleep in a damn restaurant, I should have a right to sleep in a damn restaurant. If a perps can freaking do it, but I can't, so, or if I want to drive a car, I should have that right. But everybody's depriving me of that right. But everybody else is free to do what they want. But I think that I get the most psychological and mental torture. And the people who say that the psychological torture doesn't bother them, those are the ones who getting it more physical. It's like, what y'all think is petty to y'all, it hurt. I'm so a sensitive person that it hurts me a lot, and some people consider me like a sensitive soul, and then I had 2 strokes when I was 5, and me being sleep deprived, and that, it's harder to tune. You expect somebody that's days of sleep deprived to be able to function like normal. And it's like everybody sitting there yelling at me, and everybody think I'm just a big dummy, that I'm really stupid. I have a college degree, but I have to hear lectures about how my college degree means nothing. Well, you perps made it to be mean nothing because I never sold my soul to the devil. So that's why my degree is so meaningless. that my story is so bizarre that people think it's strange and they refuse to quote unquote entertain it. I don't want to use that word, but they say entertain. And you know, if people saying something's wrong with me, that I'm that horrible of a person that even other so-called targeted individuals are calling me crazy and telling me I need to be locked up in a mental institution. But then you expose your noise harassment on your video, but then tell me that, or you expose your one headlight of color harassment, but then 5 minutes later telling me I need to be locked up. So now I realize there's this big campaign of fake targeted individual perps who are projecting and gaslighting and trying to make me guess myself when they try to make me second guess myself when I know what's real. And they falsely, now everybody's part of a big gang to falsely accuse me of being a fake TI perp. And, the real perps are actually laughing that they got their wish, saying, yeah, they bragged about, oh yeah, we started rumors that we lied on you and started rumors that you were a fake targeted individual perp. Now the so-called real targeted individuals are starting to believe it, and I haven't really harmed much of nobody. Everybody turning on me one by one. Somebody might be loyal to me one day and then turn against me the next day, and then they frown upon me and get mad because I say I have nobody. So good night, y'all. And I'm surprised. It's a freaking miracle. As I said, it's like just about everybody's a freaking celebrity except me. I'm the only freaking nobody, worthless doofus in this freaking world. So I'm the person who everybody in society wants to disappear. So thanks for the couple who care, a few people who do care. But I'm hoping and praying y'all wouldn't change y'all mind about me or turn against me, or, change your opinion about me. It's not fair to not be able to have somebody to not be able to be the type to deserve for anybody to be, supportive. Like, what have I done that wrong that I don't deserve a supportive network? So thanks for you few who do care. You know who you are, and I love y'all, and bye-bye.